Made in the USA, that's a label that brings pride to a lot of people in this country, but we like to take it a little step further, things made in Tennessee, like over in Overton County, where Teresa Bush met a family that's kept a Tennessee tradition growing and cooking at Muddy Pond.
Come on, take it. This here is still the old sorghum mill. That's hard work to put that wood together.
If somebody were to create a club for professional sorghum syrup makers,
come on,
then John Guenther would not only be in it, he'd probably be the president.
I've been doing this for, we lived here 43 years in January.
John and his wife Emma have been cooking up the sweet stuff since moving to Muddy Pond back in 1965. 3 of their sons and their wives help run the operation, and every now and then some of their grandchildren pitch in.
Here's one seed. That makes one plant. Then we got a planter that we plant that with, and it comes up in rows, and then it starts growing. Just 2 little leaves. Pretty soon it makes more leaves. As it grows up, it just keeps on forming the leaves along.
It takes sorghum cane about 4 months to mature. After that, the stalks are cut, stripped, and then sent through pressing machines. John's usually the one you'll see doing that. The green juice travels downhill to a 22 by 8 foot evaporator pan inside the mill where it's boiled.
Hey, Pete.
And that's where John's sons come in. They are the cooks. Mark is in charge on this day.
And what I'm doing here is pushing it along, holding it back, and making it thick enough. Every once in a while, during this boiling, these green skimmings float to the top. This is called a skimmer, and actually what the green skimmings is chlorophyll, and I'm skimming those off. It's very important to skim those off. Without skimming them off, the final product would be very strong and bitter. It would not be very edible.
The Guenthers don't use electricity to heat up the syrup, so how do they do it? Well, here's a hint for you. They use a wood-fired steam locomotive boiler, and that keeps even more Guenthers busy throughout the day, making sure the fire never goes out. At first, the Guenthers made the sorghum syrup just for themselves and their close neighbors, but that's changed a lot over the years. Now they make it for thousands of people they don't even know. And there's always an audience here. Locals and first-timers flock here each September and October to see how things were done back in the old days and, of course, to take some home.
More or less just started happening word of mouth. But we saw that it was a way for us to make a living, and we enjoyed doing this, and it's worked out good for all of us. It's a lot of long, hard days, a lot of 12 to 16-hour days to do this, but you know, when you actually get to the mill and are actually cooking it down, and a lot of people show up and see it and enjoying it, maybe bragging a little bit on it, it's worth it.
Once the juice is boiled to perfection, it's sent to a cooling tower. After that, the wives and grandchildren typically take over as they fill the jars while the syrup is still warm. A trip to a sorghum mill wouldn't be complete without a taste test, and the Guenthers will let you taste the sorghum twice. If you ask, they'll give you a stalk straight out of the field. All you have to do is break it in half, peel back the outer layer, and take a bite. You'll have to come inside for that second taste test, and of course, it's the most important one. Go to the back near where the ladies fill the jars. You'll find a bunch of little straws just like this one, and next to it will be a bowl of sorghum. All you gotta do, stick it in, twirl it a little bit, take a bite. It's good stuff. And remember this, you'll be tasting sorghum syrup, not molasses. The Guenthers say a lot of folks confuse the two. That's understandable because the cooking process is very similar, but molasses comes from sugar cane and sorghum syrup comes from sorghum cane.
We have a hard time, getting people to say, yeah, this is sorghum instead of molasses.
On a good year, We will make several thousand gallons.
It's good on biscuits or cornbread, but it's also good in baked beans, barbecue sauce, gingerbread, popcorn balls, cookies, pies, cakes, and I marinate steaks in it. It's real good. I mix tomato juice, soy sauce, and sorghum and marinate steaks and grill them, and they are the best steaks you've ever had.
The Guenthalers don't know what it's like to go through fall without making sorghum syrup, and they don't have any plans of changing that family tradition anytime soon.
I plan to do this till I die. I love it. Even if I was a multimillionaire and had lots of money, I would still do it because I like doing it. There's nothing that's more satisfying to me.
I don't know how long more I'm going to be here. I'll be nearly 65 years old. But I'm going to be around here as long as I'm able to be up. I hope the boys keep on, and grandchildren keep on doing this.